What is good with the YouTube? It is your boy Sean Rock to the aka Lil Nicky V6, representing Mandatory Thrive HGBM, because every day it is mandatory for us to thrive. And I am back again with another video. And in this video I want to get on my soapbox and communicate some real hard truths, 5 hard truths that I learned about being a man in society today. Excuse me, I just came from the Chinese buffet, got a little bit of that grease in me, so gonna hear me doing that a little bit. But anyways, the first hard truth that I've come to realize and understand is that as a man, there is absolutely no exception for the expectation, and no excuses will be allowed by society. Now here's this thing. It's very, very true that society deems true masculinity as hyper masculinity, and in essence wants to suppress the presence of true masculinity. That's very true. Another thing that's very true is that society does a great job at feminizing men, demasculating men through various ways. If you just look around and you look at how things are structured, excuse me, I dismissed that. You look at how things structured, society attempts to demasculate men. So we have our reasons, however, but there's no exceptions for the expectation. You are expected to perform at the highest level. You are expected to perform at the highest level in business, in work, in relationships, in parenthood, in intimacy, right? In sports, in life, in church, wherever. As a man, you are expected to perform at the highest level, at the highest standard of all times. You are expected to be in your masculine frame, whatever that looks like for you. So the first hard truth that you have to accept is that, simply put, there is no exceptions for the expectation. And honestly, the sooner a man is able to accept that, the greater he's going to become on 2 levels, right? Because you have the expectation from the world of what's expected of you, and then you have your own expectation that you expect of you, right? So if you are not living up to your own expectation and providing for your own situation, paying your own bills, taking care of your own responsibilities, you're going to be in a miserable state. And for the most part, this is no place for a man to be. So it don't matter if you come from, a home without father figures. It doesn't matter if your community don't have leaders. It doesn't matter if you're short, or if you're fat, or if you ugly, or you don't like the way you look, you don't like your body. It don't matter. You're still called to provide the type of lifestyle for those you love and for yourself to the standard that you expect it to. And once you accept that, you're able to put points on the board and really elevate your game and take your place in this world, and that's where I'm at, in my life. The second thing is, there's no empathy and compassion for your complaints. There's no empathy, no compassion for your complaints. People will sit and listen to you on your soapbox all day, right? But at the end of the day, they expecting you to act. They don't care. Nobody cares. Put it like this. What is complaining on them? Nothing. It's not going to change anything. Complaining about how things are is not going to change anything. You still got to put points on the board. So no one's going to have compassion for your complaining. Actually, complaining, in my opinion, is a total waste of time. And for me, what I've started to do is, like, whenever I catch myself complaining, I stop and I say, like, you sound like a bozo right now, bro. Like, you sound like a whole goofy. Like, you sound like a whole clown. Because what is this going to accomplish? She did this, he did this, they did that, they did that, the government did this, they did this, listen. If you got 2 working hands, a mouth, a brain, and some feet, and you breathing, you can do whatever you want. You can do what you want, whatever you want, if you don't even have those things. But complaining, it should be one of them things that you shouldn't want to do. Now, do I complain? Absolutely. But the point I'm making is that I ain't proud of it. I ain't doing a lot of it. And whenever I'm doing it, I'm trying to challenge myself to not do it. So nobody has no compassion or empathy for your complaints. The number 3 thing I've learned, that nobody respects those who play by the men who play by the rules. Now, hear me out when I say this. What I mean play by the rules, what I mean by play by the rules is being like, man, I'm making $30K a year. I go to work 40 hours a week. That ain't enough to cover my bills. But I went to work. So y'all can't be mad at me because I can't afford to pay the bills. Because I did my 40 hours. That's playing by the rules. Because you basically accepting what you have right now. That's playing by the rules. And I learned this going out selling books. I was extremely fascinated by the response of women and men to me when I went out there and sold books. I mean, the level of respect, the level of dignity, the admiration that I received for taking this book that nobody asked me, nobody said I needed to make any money, nobody told me to do any of this. It's a gut instinct in my own heart, the initiative to go up to somebody's house, knock on their door, and I cannot tell you how many females have given me their phone number off of this. I can't tell you how many men are respecting me. I've met millionaires twice by doing this. That was nothing by the rules at the time. I'll never forget that. I'm finna be back on that. But the point I'm trying to make is working a job for 3 months and making 30 racks in 3 months couldn't compare to that little 1,500 and all of the experiences that I got from not playing by the rules in those moments. I'm having a real difficult time trying to explain what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say is if you want to really be great and you really want to make the money that you want to make out of life and become the person that you supposed to do, you can't play by the rules. I'll give you another example. I'm getting real lean right now, by the way. I'm like 183. And I'm in a gym and I'm doing HIIT cardio like 3 days in a row. And when I'm in the gym, like, dudes just be watching me, bro. Like, they be trying to figure out what I be doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I never forget this guy. He walks up to me and said, man, why are you doing HIIT cardio 3 days in a row? You know that you gonna mess up your body and you gonna overtrain and you can't do. I said, you read that in a book or something? The same dude done came to me multiple times and asked me how I've gotten to the level of intensity that I've gotten to in my training. And you want to know the real answer how I got there? Not by not playing by the rules, by doing stuff I know I ain't supposed to be doing, by going overboard, by reaching. As a man, you cannot play by the rules. You gotta wolf it out. Because for me, what I did for so